Welcome to this week's breakdown. We have Tyler Roberts from Oklahoma. Tyler's sending some really good, high quality clips. They're all archery out of Old Mexico. I really liked them because there's just some really good visual representation of archery hunting, and Tyler sounds like a good dude, man. How you doing?
Good, brother. How are you this morning?
Good, man. Thanks for joining. So how long you been in Old Mexico?
About 2 years, man. I got invited down last year, and this is what this clip's from. This is the first year I went. My neighbor, he owns a big ranch, and I started doing some work for him, and he took a liking to me, luckily, and he said, "Hey, you want to come to Mexico?" And I was like, "Absolutely, let's go."
Right. So, awesome. And it's what kind of ranch? How big a ranch is it?
Man, it's about 10 or 12,000 acres. It's all low fence. There is high fence ranches in Mexico, but this is not one of them. These deer are all wild as can be. Yes, there is corn, but there's a reason for that. But again, it is all low fence, free range. So
cool. And before we jump in the clip, we always try and start up with a setup. Like a lot of guys like to ask what setup guys are shooting on hunts. I mean, this is archery, so what bow and all the equipment you're running for this hunt?
Yeah, man. So for this hunt, same as last year, this year too, but I'm shooting a Matthews V3, shooting a 27. I got the front and back stabilizer by Wick Stick. I run a Hampshire Rest hybrid hunter. As far as the sight goes, I'm running a 3-pin dial sight by Black Gold. On this hunt, I was shooting the gold tip black label Quantums.
Sure. So the big question: what's the broadhead on? What are you capping it off with?
So the broadhead that topped this one off that killed this deer was the Grim Reaper Carnivore. And if anyone don't know about what Grim Reaper is, it's almost like a spring magnet, right? So when it goes in and hits contact, that's what it looks like. Big old four blades. And absolutely just devastating to animals. I've killed several animals with it. Again, that's the Grim Reaper on this deer, because you'll see here shortly, buck fever got the best of me. I hit him a little back. And
I was going to give you some crap for your shot, but
yep, and the carnivore helped me out. So
what we'll do is we'll watch the full clip right here. Well, I mean, how many days have you been hunting? How many bucks? Is this kind of set us up on the timeline of your hunt?
So this is the Sunday, which we ended up the last second was going to have to leave Sunday afternoon, and he come in, and luckily I got a shot about an hour before we had to leave. So
also, you knew where you were going to shoot him if you presented a shot.
Yep, because we had photos of him. They run game cameras out the wazoo down there.
So are you by yourself, or you have somebody filming for you?
No. I'm set up by myself. I got a little cheap camera stand from Walmart, and I'm running a Canon 740 HS camera.
It's good
quality. A low-video digital.
So set us up. So you're gonna shoot this buck right here. You've obviously drawn back, but where are you looking at this deer to try and place your arrow?
At this point, it's 22 yards, and so I'm already drew back. I've been drawn back probably for at least 30 seconds, and honestly, I'm starting to realize, all right, I'm about to shoot a buck. Here it is. There's the buck fever, and as a bow hunter, you don't want to shoot animals with their heads down, right? Because it allows them to drop so much faster because they're already in position. All they got to do is drop the shoulders and they're down. And so on this, which a lot of bow hunters, they would say, all right, well, that left shoulder's closed. And it's fair to say, but my angle of it, he's open because when he turned that head, he brought his vitals open. Right?
I'd agree with that.
Vitals forward. And so at 22 yards, I'm shooting 305 foot per second, and I'm shooting a freaking missile, right? And so I want to shoot him right in that sweet spot, but I mean, honestly, buck fever got the best of me, and I pulled the shot at 22 yards, and I shot him high lung back.
So it's high, but you can. You can see the arrow turn. Obviously, it hit a rib or something. It turned because when it exits, it's going out the front of him. You can see that arrow come out of his.
Yep. So what it did, man, is when it hit, like he's talking, it hit the nail on the head. It hit that rib, and it kicked it down. and allowed me to actually double lung him. Deer ran about 125 yards. But another good sign too, once I replayed video, because obviously as a bow hunter, I'm second guessing everything in life. I just screwed up on a 20-yard shot. I'm an idiot. But you see him, he's already kind of ducking, but you see him mule kick. And right there, that beautiful mule kick right there. And for a lot of bow hunters, it's just starting, right? 99.9% of the time when a deer does that, you hit some good stuff. And they're not going to go far.
So what were you, did you know you had a bad shot, or not a bad shot, but a little high back when you released?
Yep, I did. I knew, because in the video, which I didn't send you the full clip, but in the video I said a couple choice words, and because I'm just beating myself up, because like I said, I go out west, man, and I shoot, and I take my bow hunting very serious, and my shots very serious, you know. And on that, I went straight to the camera, replayed it, back and forth. I got pictures of deer anatomy on my phone, screenshots of different angles, and that's something that's some advice I give some people too. Like, hey, when in doubt, always check it. If you can film, obviously, but get some pictures on your phone, screenshots of deer vitals and different angles, and just look at it. And that's what I did, and I was like, man, I caught lung. The way it exited, I know it went forward, so I was like, I double lunged him. I had to, or at least caught one lung, nonetheless, but high. So it's going to take him a little bit to start bleeding really good. And he went about 70, 75 yards before we started finding really good blood. And like I said, at 125 yards, he was dead. Deer's dead in 30 seconds.
Did you weren't able to see him expire after he ran off?
No, actually, no, but you see that, so that skyline in the back with the brush, all that mesquite, so he goes left, which he's headed north right there, and it's about the 70-yard mark, but then he cuts straight to that mesquite, and he falls dead. So, like I said, I wasn't able to see him, but I was able to see the dust as he's running, and so I sent the video. I took a quick 5-second clip, just this right here, slowed it down, put it in slow-mo, because I got them little apps on my phone to do slow-mo stuff. I sent it to Joel. I said, man, the shot's high, it's back a little bit, but I think the deer's dead. And they said, yeah, we agree, it's high and back, but you should have, the way the air exited and the way he kicked and reacted, the deer should be dead within 150 yards. And like I said, 125 yards, he was dead. So I'll take it.
Right. No, man, he's a good buck. Has he got a broken, what would it be, his G, like his 2 or something right there? Or is it just a little nubby?
Yeah, no, I actually got him right here. So I got him mounted. I'm not a big score guy, but some people want to know scores and stuff. So this deer went 125. But what was cool is they guessed him by his teeth and wear and pictures. They guessed him to be 11 years old. So that's right there in itself is cool. You shoot an animal of that age and that maturity. But I don't know if you can see that, Eric, but so he's actually just a nub, man.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was broke or just nubby in the video, but.
So the year prior before shooting him, he actually was, both of these were actually about 10, 12 inches the same as these other ones. And like I said, he just kind of went downhill, but just a cool old Mexico buck, and he's got that really cool J hook on that left main vein, and that was something. You first Mexico deer and the experience and all itself, it was one I wanted to get mounted for sure. I didn't really care how big he was, but
just the experience.
Mounted, he looks good in the house. So.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you coming on and showing us that. And then where can people find you if they want to follow your content, man?
Yeah, man. So I'm on Instagram, Tyler A. Roberts 26. That's mostly where I put a lot of the stuff, hunting stuff. I give out my number to fellow hunters because I'm all about connections. I share a hunt, you share a hunt. We get together, we make something happen. So I'm not afraid to give out my number once we make contact and we get to know each other a little bit. But that's mostly where I put all my stuff, though.
Cool. So yeah, we'll have it on the video, and then if people want to DM you to get a hold of you, they can go through that route, and you can start the communication that way. So awesome. We'll have Tyler on again. I really think that's a cool breakdown. You can see that arrow initially, you'd be like, oh, it's a bad shot, but it ended up being very lethal. So If you want to be on the breakdown, please DM us or email us at killshotcentral@gmail.com, and please be patient. We have a lot of clips that are submitted, so we will get to yours in the future. So thanks for coming on, man.
Absolutely, Eric. Thanks for having me, brother.